Hi, in this video, I'm going to talk about a dream that I have today. And this dream concerns Venezuela. And this dream that I dreamt that I was in the streets of Venezuela, it was almost like as if I suddenly showed up in Venezuela. Well, where I was standing in the middle of the street, I suddenly saw garbage dump trucks in the street. There must have been about 3 or 4. Well, these dump trucks, garbage trucks, suddenly were just driving towards the street, and instead of picking up garbage, they were dumping garbage on the streets. And after those trucks were done dumping all the garbage on the streets, more came, and they kept dumping garbage in the streets of Venezuela. And as I looked where all the garbage was beginning to pile up, I saw heaps, just heaps and heaps and heaps, and piles and pile upon pile of, at the time that I was seeing it, it was a little too far for me to tell what the piles were, but it almost seemed like they were bodies that were so packed on top of one another. And there were just piles and piles, heap of piles of bodies. It was a very short dream concerning Venezuela. Venezuela, for the last 4 to 5 years, have been going through an economic collapse. And the fact that the garbage waste trucks were dumping more and more of garbage on the streets of Venezuela tells me that disease, sickness, and death and pestilence is coming to Venezuela. And that's going to be the final nail on their coffin, is death. They've already been suffering starvation at incredible heights. The families are starving. They just are. They're starving. And the fact that I was shown that the streets of Venezuela, the garbage was being piled on, means that nothing's going to be done. It's going to get worse. And what follows now, instead of just starvation, now it's going to be death, disease, outbreaks. And that's what's coming to America. That's what's coming to the other nations. A lot of nations are going through this. There's no recovery. There is no recovery. What I was shown, even though it was only a moment, and it felt like in this dream, I felt like I suddenly just appeared in the streets of Venezuela to see what was happening. And pray for the people. But this is the final step to the financial collapse in Venezuela. And it's very grim. Death, pestilence, disease, contamination. are on their way. They're on their final. So keep the people in prayer. It made me very sad. I was almost numb after that dream. I was numb. It was as if I just couldn't feel anymore. And it took me all day to come and make this video to tell you about it. But please go take a look at some videos concerning Venezuela, because that's what's coming to America here very soon, and other nations. And go and pay attention to the videos of how their financial collapse happened and what they're doing, how they're handling things. Get yourself informed. Pray for us too. Pray for us all. I'm still numb. I just prayed about it to make this video. I didn't want to make it. But they're on their last leg of the financial collapse. So get yourself informed, prepare for it, and ask the Lord to guide you, where to go, what to do. Prepare for your family at home so that you won't lack food, water, and medicine. But most of all, the Lord, that the Lord is in your life. And I'll talk to you later.